right, guys. So this is a review with perimeter, and you guys started working on this last week, but I'm just going to go over it this morning with you guys since you had a substitute. So 17-1, we'll be doing the reteaching and also the 17-1 practice. If you haven't already done these, you can follow along and work on these with me. So let's go ahead and get started with the bottom questions. So it says for 1 and 2, find the perimeter of each figure. We know this is a rectangle. All right, so a rectangle we know has parallel sides. One's a little bit longer than the other one. All right, it says the length is 5 1/10 foot, and the width is 7 4/10 of a foot. Because we know that and that, what do we know about the other side of this rectangle? So it'll be the same. And then we know, because there's no measurement there, it's going to be the same as well. All right, now, for this one, there's 2 ways you can do this. Remember that the perimeter formula is side plus side plus side, blah, 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 blah. You know, you can add up. If there's like 100 sides, you can add them all up. You also, if it's like a 4-sided shape that are like rectangles, that sort of thing, then you can do things like 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And that's essentially what we have here. 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So for this one, the length is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. All right, go ahead and solve that if you haven't already done that. All right. Y'all ready? All right, so what is the answer? 25 what? Feet. 25 feet. What's that, babe? All you're doing for this, for perimeter, is side plus side plus side plus side. You just add up the sides. Because remember, perimeter, you're finding the measurement of the perimeter of all the edges. Think of perimeter as a fence. All right? If I'm going to put a fence around my house, I'm not going to cover up any in the middle of the yard or the fence, or, you know, where the house is. I'm just going to do the sides. Okay? If I were to do the perimeter of this room, I would just measure from that side of the wall to that one. That one to that one to that one. However, if I'm measuring the area, what would I do for that? What am I measuring? What am I measuring, Jack? Why are you doing that? We're measuring the area. The area is going to be all this in the middle. All this going across. All right, so perimeter, you're measuring the sides. It'll be like this carpet here. You're measuring the side of this carpet. Right, that's perimeter. But area, you're measuring all of this. All of this is your area, right? All of this. That's how we know how to buy flooring, carpet, how much space is covered. Number 2, a regular octagon. What's an octagon?
8-sided.
8-sided shape.
So you would do 8 times 4.6.
Yeah, because it's side plus side plus side, all that all the way around, right?
And then you get 36.8 centimeters.
36.8 centimeters. Is she right?
Yes.
And I appreciate how you had the unit of measurement there, the centimeters. Good job.
For number 3, how are we supposed to use a ruler?
Nope, I'll teach you how to do number 3.
I know I can figure that one.
Okay. Well, for number 3, let's read the directions, then you can tell me, okay? It says find the length of each unknown side, then find the perimeter. So our unknown side is X. How'd you find out X? Tessa.
You have to separate it into 2 shapes.
Okay.
And since it says 4 on the far end,
Okay.
then this in the other end says 7.
Okay.
You know that 4 minus 7.
Yeah. So what Tessa did was kind of like she just drew like an imaginary like dotted line going across. So she has this shape here and this shape here. Well, the whole shape side is 7. Well, this side is 4. So what Tessa did was she said taking the whole minus the part equals that part, which is 3. So that whole side minus that little bit right there. Does that make sense? And we'll do more of this. So that x right there equals 3. Because we know 4 plus 3 equals 7. Now it says find the perimeter. So what is the perimeter? We know it is, 5 plus 3. We got that x is 3, right? 10, 4 plus 15 plus 7. If we do that, how many meters is that? What's that? 41 or 44? I'm getting different answers. All right, let's add it up. Go ahead and add it up just for a moment because I'm getting different answers. You've already done this? All right, what'd you guys get? 44 what? Meters. Now this shape is a little bit different, right? It's a little bit different. If we were to make a fence like this, we might have this fence right here in our yard. You have a lot of times we're building fences in our yard, and they're not always a perfect rectangle or a perfect square. So this might be a little garden you have over here to the side, right? This might be a little play area that you have, like a little, slide and everything, or swings in your yard. So when you build fences, they're not always a perfect rectangle. All right, so for number 4, we need to find out what y is. All right, somebody over here, Kaylee, how'd you find y?
Because on here, if you look at the top,
okay,
it shows like all of the 12s and 2s,
okay,
and that equals like how far the distance. Like,
yeah.
On this side, when it.
So you have this side here, which is 12. And then you've got, it continues, right? 2. And then it continues on this end right here, 2. So 12 plus that 2 plus that 2. Do we add these 2's going up? No, we don't.
I just got rid of that shape completely and just
You could just, you could keep going with it like we did over here, right? So 16 what? Inches. So we know that y is 16 inches. Now, if we were to find the perimeter of this whole shape, let's go ahead and do that. So we know it's going to be what? 16. Oh, that's how you do it. I'm just going to go around. 16 plus 3 plus that 2 plus that 2 going up plus that 2 right there plus that 2 going down plus that 12 plus that 3. All right, so what is the answer? 31 what? Inches. 31 inches. Good job. All right, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to go on to 17-1 practice. All right, I'm going to give you guys some time on this. Now, if you're done with 17-1 practice, you can work on Zern or the other things I have assigned. But yeah, I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to work on this, okay? Yep, you don't need much time for this. All right, so let's go ahead and resume. So the next shape that we have on 17-1 practice is going to be the rectangle there. Length 6 inches, width 14 inches. So because it's a rectangle, we can do 2 times 6 plus 2 times 14, which is what? 40. Do y'all have the answer yet? 40 inches. Now, this next one is a regular pentagon. Because it says regular, that means all the sides are the same length. And so how many sides does a pentagon have? 5. So we're going to take that regular pentagon, that 5, and times it by 3.3. Did y'all solve that yet? 16.5. What? centimeters.
Ooh, I want to do this.
All right. Okay.
I love this one.
Now, how did you do number 3?
Okay, what I did was I made that 3/4
Uh-huh.
turned into a decimal.
Okay, so it'll be easier.
0.75.
So she knew that 8 3/4. She knows that 3/4 is the same as 75 hundredths. So she just converted it.
To 8.75.
Be easier for work with, right?
And then it said regular octagon, and I know that means 8.
Okay.
So I just typed
Awesome. And we know regular means all the sides are the same. Okay.
And then I got
So
70 inches.
8 times 8 and 75 hundredths is what? 70 inches. Very good. Does that make sense, guys? To do that? Awesome. Now, for 4 and 5, they're wanting us to estimate. And now, when you estimate, you're going to round it. And a lot of times, whenever we have whole numbers with decimals, I'll usually tell you to get rid of the decimals in some way. You have 11 and 97 hundredths. What could you make that become? Was that 12? You can make that 12. It'd be easy.
Basically, if they're under 50,
Yeah.
then you keep them the same. Like, so for 8.1
Mhm.
just keep it at 8.
Yeah, just keep it at 8. That sounds good. So we know this is 12. So this side's going to be 12. This side's 8. And this side's 8. So the estimate, if we did an estimate, is about how much? So we do estimates. We do an equal sign with a little line above it. What's 12 plus 12? 24. Plus 8 plus 8. So 12 plus 16 is what? 12 plus 16 is what? 12 plus 16 is...
12.
Why don't y'all go ahead and solve it real quick? Because I'm getting a lot of different mixed answers. Right now, solve it. All right, what'd y'all get? Okay, I'm hearing a lot of different answers. I'm hearing 28, I'm hearing 36, I'm hearing 40. Okay. Let's do 12 plus 12 is how much? 24. Okay. What's 8? Add 8 to it. How much is that? 32. Plus 8. How much is that? 40. 40 what? Meters. The unit of measurement is meters. Guys, remember in math, there's only one right answer, so don't just kind of guess it. You need to actually solve it. All right, and now it says we estimated. Then it says find the perimeter. Estimate the perimeter, then find the actual perimeter. Okay, so to find the actual perimeter, we're going to do side plus side plus side. So right now, you should be adding them up. The original measurements. Okay. Go ahead and add those up. All right. Y'all got the answer for number 4 yet? What is the perimeter? It's 40 and 35 hundredths. Is that what you have? I'll wait. Yeah, you gotta do decimals. Go ahead and solve it. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and add it up one more time because people are getting different answers. Okay. What do you guys have now? Okay. 40 and 30. Guys, I know perimeter is a lot easier thing because you're just adding them up, but don't make simple mistakes because it's an easier concept. Oh, I put inches. Thank you. All right, let's do the next one. I'm gonna change the color of my pen. You're fine. Go ahead, babe. All right. So for number 5, let's just estimate this one. So 21 and 46. What would you like to change that to?
21 because it's below.
Okay. What about 15 and 41? What about 18 and 9? And then the last one. All right. So let's find our estimated perimeter. We're going to do 16 plus 21 plus 15 plus 19 is what? Do y'all have 71? 71 centimeters. Good. Okay. Number 6 and 7, we're going to be finding the unknown length of the side there, just like we did on the front. So for 6, what is the unknown length of Z? Now remember, this whole side right here is 18. Part of this side is 15, and they're rectangles. So when it's not a rectangle, but it if we cut it off right here, it would be a rectangle, right? So 15 plus Z equals 18. What is Z? 3. Very good. All right, now we also have Y. If we know 39, this whole thing is 39, right? But we have 39. We've got this little section right here we need to cut off. We need to take this section off. Take that 4 off. What is that Y going to be? 35. Good. So now we need to add up all our sides. So Y we know is 35. This side right here is 15. Okay. This little chunk right here is 4. Z is what? 3. This whole bottom section is 39. And this side is 18. What is the perimeter of this shape? Everybody have that? 114 millimeters. Good. All right. Go ahead and start working on number 7. All right, guys, we have 2 unknown sides. We have J and we also have K. Remember, we can try to cut this off right here. All right. How are we solving for J here? What do we have to do? So we got to take this 14. We know this whole thing right here is 14, right? But this right here, we know that this one part is 6. So what's 14 minus 6? 8. So J equals 8. And then we got this K here, this part. 12 minus 9, and that is equal to 3. Because we know that 9 plus 3 is 12. Now we need to add up all our sides. So starting here, 8 plus 12 plus 14 plus K is 3. 6 plus 9. Do I have all the sides? Okay. All right. Let me know when you have them all added up. All right. What'd you get for the perimeter of this shape? 58? 52? Let's solve it again. Go ahead right now. Add it up again.
Wait, did we get it wrong?
When you have 2 different answers in math, something's wrong. There's only one right answer, so go ahead right now, everybody. re-add number 7. Do not make simple mistakes because this is an easy concept. Okay? All right, what'd you guys get now? 52 what? Feet. The unit of measurement is feet. All right, one side of a regular hexagon is 18 centimeters. What is the perimeter? How many sides does a hexagon have? 6. So we know it's going to be 6 times 18, and that's going to be our perimeter. What's 6 times 18? 108 centimeters. All right, number 9. A square and a rectangle each have a perimeter of 100 feet. Explain how this is possible. What'd you put? McKay, what'd you put? Yeah, so if the square could all be, yeah. Yeah, you could do not a 50 and a 20, but you could do the rectangle could be
40 and 10.
So you could do 40 times 2 plus 10 times 2, essentially. Yeah. Yeah. It could be a variety of numbers. Yeah, for that one. Questions? Alrighty, let's move on.